MYSSKIN is truly the path breaker in Tamil cinema. Born as Sanmuga Raja, he became screenwriter, actor, singer and finally producer, who has gone on to become one of the biggest names in Tamil cinema. After making a sensational debut with Chitram Peshadadi, MYSSKIN delivered one of the biggest blockbusters of Tamil cinema, Anjate, which took him right into the A-list of Directors Club. Since then, he has directed movies in different genres which proved to be successful not only at the box office but critics too liked it. Hi, we are on the red carpet and today we are meeting Mr. MYSSKIN, the man who's been making waves in Tamil cinema as his PISSASU is a big Christmas winner. He's been critically, it's been acclaimed and also it has met with huge box office success. Let's meet him. Hello, Mr. MYSSKIN.
Hello, sir.
Great. In this interview, MYSSKIN opens for the first time on his unique style of filmmaking and selection of stories.
I always believe my movie starts from the first shot. I spend more time on developing my first shot.
MYSSKIN explains to us why he takes new faces for all his films and the keenness among technicians to work in his projects.
The very important thing I expect from my actors, they should trust me actually. So when I ask them to just fall down, they fall.
MYSSKIN has faced many controversies in his life, but the most glaring of them is being facing plagiarism charges. MYSSKIN has been accused of plagiarism. Is it true that most of his films are inspired from foreign language films?
Copy is a term that it really hurt me actually, because I didn't mean to copy from my master.
The love angle in MYSSKIN films has been talked about. There's something different in his love stories, the love element in his films. Is it because of his personal love life?
Of course, a person broke my heart. Not just a physical love, it's more into compassion actually.
Sir, your PISSASU is making waves at the box office. Your take on it?
I'm in euphoria. I'm very glad that the script is accepted by all over Tamil Nadu. I always believe that a filmmaker starts his project and it's be completed by the audience. It's like holding the hands and walking in a beach actually.
Oh.
I'm very happy and I have to thank my technical team for this achievement.
And this film is able to reach across to the all sections of the audience, the A, B and C sections of the audience.
Yes, sir.
How do you rate this? Because it's not a typical ghost type of film.
Any ghost story, the only one point is that the girl will be killed, will be raped and get killed. Then she will come as a ghost and she will take her revenge. But I didn't want to write in that line. It is like exploring my deeper unconscious. What I get from this script. So that's how I jumped into the abyss and I come out with a pearl that is called the compassion of the ghost actually, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked beautifully, especially the climaxing. Mr. MYSSKIN, do you follow a pattern, a set pattern in your films of introducing the hero character and others? Because you have an accident scene in PISSASU and also similarly in Onaim Aatukutti and Anjate also. There was some suspense in the beginning, you know, the hero getting heated up and then the screenplay follows.
I always believe my movie starts from the first shot. The story starts from the first shot. The first shot is the most important shot for me actually. I spend more time on developing my first shot. So my protagonist, I always introduce my protagonist or a very important incident happening on the scene. In the first shot itself, I start narrating the story to the audience. In PISSASU, the first shot, again we struggled and I want to start the story from the first shot. I know it's a bad way to start actually, starting in a patho actually. Starting on a girl's face that she's in the throes of life. But I want to start. That is the only way that I felt which is right, and then I want to go closer to her, zooming on her eyes and zooming out, then reveal that that bled, and thereby giving an idea that she got into an accident. So that's how, in fact, in PISSASU, that girl is a protagonist.
Okay.
So I want to start from the protagonist. I want to start my story as soon as possible. So this is the same. If you call this is my pattern, then I don't mind accepting it. Actually, every shot for me counts. Very, very important. It's like I always believe every shot moves the story forward.
Okay.
So if you remove one shot from my movie, I think the whole movie should tumble down. Actually.
Okay. The shot itself is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And also, for example, there's a shot in PISSASU where a guy in a very important scene, very important scene, one guy is giving an extra dose of biryani.
Yeah.
What makes you do that? Or playing with the violin or something?
Every character in my movie should do something, should give some value to the story actually. So it same like when I wrote the biryani scene, I know the scene is about that mechanic boy who is going to give some expository dialogue about what has actually happened.
Exactly.
How who stole that car. But that is the crux of the whole scene actually.
Yeah.
But I cannot start the scene straight on his face. Maybe I would have started. But what I want, then I start, okay, what is the milieu that this incident is happening? So that I want not to establish, but I found something that the two biryani people who sell the biryani, and they have a conversation. Through the conversation, I also give a value that one person tells that boss that you serve less.
Yeah.
The whole movie is about giving yourself. So when he asks you reduce content, he says let them have. Let them have. So even on every walk of our life, we see people they are passing some great thing to us actually without we being noticed. That is a very important thing. I think this whole movie is about compassion. So I felt it that way. That I didn't know that I was doing that scene that it was going to be accepted unanimously like this actually. People were laughing and people
they thoroughly enjoyed
enjoying this scene. I'm very, very delighted to see that thing on the theatre.
Please come to bhai. Khane de bhai.
In your films, love is something so subtle, beautiful. What's your love life like?
I don't think I can reveal that actually. Love is subtle and love is very deep. One of the great things that we can be in part. In this movie, I want to explore the love in a very different angle. What if a girl, even after her death, falls in love with a man?
Okay.
That's a new take. And it's impossible actually. It is actually an allegorical thing. Actually.
Yeah, allegorical.
But that is what connected to the audience actually. This movie, why it so went deep into the audience psyche is because of that love actually. Because it is not very expressive.
Yeah.
But it's like a volcano covered up with hard rock. Actually. It's fuming inside actually.
Yeah.
And it's very pure also, and very deep, and not just a physical love. It's more into compassion. Actually.
Compassion.
The love transforms into compassion.
Yeah, the compassion running throughout the theme.
Throughout the thing. Actually. How much we can forgive. How much we can go to the extent like whomsoever slap on your cheek, right cheek, you show your other cheek actually. So I want to explore this thing actually. I want to explore deeply into this thing, and that's how I come out. Even if after my death, even if the person who is a perpetrator of that crime, I can love him.
Have you had a lot of love breaks in your life?
Not lot. I don't consider it's a break. It is always inside me. Of course, a person broke my heart, but I don't consider this a broke. It gives me so much of meaning, and that suffering makes me or induces me to write. Live in that suffering and come out with something flowering. Actually, that's what I believe. Actually, every creator needs suffering. Actually,
Yeah.
so I don't take it as a wound. I take it as a gift.
Okay, great. The charges of plagiarism has been leveled against almost every director in Tamil film industry. Why is it that there's so much plagiarism charges?
No, it happened to me also when I did my Nandalala.
Yeah.
Actually, the movie was inspired from my guru, my tutor, Kitano, from that movie Kikijiro.
Yeah.
I was totally inspired from that movie because that movie theme relates with my real life. I had my brother who lived in Asylum. So when I saw that movie,
you had a brother.
Yeah, when I saw that movie, that a man who is not mentally sound accompanying a boy to find his mother, then I want to use it because that is my story actually. So I wanted to use that as an inspiration. And I wrote every scene new for our Indian audience, Tamil audience. But I got the complaint of plagiarism. I copied. In fact, it's a copy is a term that it really hurt me actually because I didn't mean to copy from my master. Everything is inspiration. All our life we are inspired from everything. So I read, I get inspired. I read Tolstoy and Dostoevsky, I get inspired. Everything, even if you say PISSASU, the protagonist, there is a part of Raskolnikov, that Crime and Punishment. Raskolnikov is there actually.
Okay.
That redemption part, everything is there actually. If you see Vonai Matukuti, there is a tinge of Raskolnikov and Dostoevsky thing is there. So we are all inspired. And I will be inspiring to my posterity. So without inspiration, we can't do anything. We can't create anything actually. I think even in the Bible, the God says He creates man in His own image actually.
Okay.
The creation itself is actually an inspiration.
எங்க அம்மா என்ன எப்படி தூக்கி வச்சிருக்காங்க பாத்தியா?
அது உங்க அம்மா இல்ல.
எங்க அம்மா தான்.
உனக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்?
எங்க பாட்டி சொல்லுச்சு.
How was it working with Bala? He himself is a creative director. Did you have creative difference or budget problems?
No problem at all actually. When Bala watched the film Vonai Matukuti, he immediately asked me what is my next project. I said there is no producer for me, and immediately I said why don't you produce a movie? He said I am delighted to produce a movie for you. He said immediately we started a project without getting. I told him I stick to my low budget thing actually, but actually I crossed because I have to employ foreign stunt master, and we got into that idea of that girl coming into that ice factory. So we have to build an ice factory set. So we are little away from that budget, but it's okay. But that's a permissible limits actually.
You are doing basically with new set of actors.
Yes, sir.
In most of the time.
Yeah.
In all your films.
Yeah.
So how is it easy to mold them? And
No, I don't say it's easy. It's a very difficult task. But from my first movie onwards, I started working with new faces. So what I usually do, I always tell them. In fact, I order them to be with me for nearly 3 months actually. In that 3 to 4 months, I'll teach them. I'll teach the dialogue. I'll teach how they should walk, or how they should stand, and each and every nuances of an actor I'll teach them. Okay. I will rehearse them. In that process, I will also indirectly I'll remove the fear of camera and everything.
Okay, it's like a MYSSKIN school.
Yeah. Okay, it's been for everybody does that actually in Hollywood. So that makes a sort of bonding, no? That makes a sort of trust, that created trust. It's a very important thing I expect from my actors. They should trust me actually. They should be more spontaneous. They should be more spontaneous actually. So when I ask them to just fall down, they fall actually.
Okay.
See, for example, in PISSASU, it's very difficult part is how when I cut the shot and they should act as if they are so scared actually. It's very spontaneous process. So I cannot ask the actor to come and say, okay, this scene, okay, action. Then they cannot immediately emote that thing because fear is the most basic
basic instinct,
and it's the most spontaneous thing actually. So what we did nearly for 2 weeks, I just appear on the scene. They will be talking, appear, and I'll just say, action, and they, whatever, irrespective of what they do, they fall down. They give a reaction, shock reaction. It may sound a little silly, but actually it helped me a lot.
Especially, I found your subway scene to be terrific.
Yeah.
Did you choreograph that action scene?
Yeah, with the help of my new fight master. Mostly, I always believe that my vision of my vision should be there on every fight. Actually, basically, I'm a martial artist. I've learned martial arts. So I wanted to have in a certain way how they walk, how they punch, how they kick, how they fall down. It's 90% is my idea actually. Then I asked my master to assist in the choice of the fighters and how they fall and what is the apparatus they use to protect their body. All these things they'll do.
Yeah, because there is a lot of positive thing about PISSASU action scene. They are saying that it is one of the best scenes choreographed in recent films. It looks so natural.
No, when I wrote the script, I wanted to have this fight not to tell the audience that this man is actually a big hero. Actually, the fight, if you look very deeply into the fight, this is about a fight. It's a road fight. Suddenly something happens, and this guy has to do something to get the money back to the small child. So, and he does not know anything about martial arts or something. So it is a crude way of fighting actually. So I would design the whole thing. In fact, we rehearsed it actually. We rehearsed how to be crude actually. So that's how we played, and it paid beautifully on the screen.
MYSSKIN, you are known as a prince of darkness. Because in all your movies, there's a dark shot, and you have gone and sat in a graveyard in the last movie, and this PISSASU has also a lot of dark scenes. Why is it? Is it because your characters are dark, or what is it?
I always believe movie is a sort of a loud dream that we are dreaming in theaters. So dream comes from darkness. And from darkness comes the revelation. See, anything is deep is always dark. Sea, ocean is dark, deep sky is dark, everything is dark actually. Then comes the light and the illumination, everything in the final episode. See, it's very symbolic that we enter into the theater that after all the ads and all, then the lights are switched off.
Yeah.
Then we wait for something to happen, and we all raise our head up, and then comes the 24 lights per second. We illuminate that screen. So that is what I believe when I write story. I want to delve deep into the human psyche. So whenever I delve deep into the human psyche, naturally it goes into the darkness. Out of darkness, something comes, and that is a revelation to me. For as a writer, I should dig deep, not shallow. I cannot make. That is why I cannot make a comedy film, or I cannot make something less serious. Anything serious, it has to be dark. And I believe when the people go out to the theater, I want them to carry something from the movie actually, some talisman, some value, something. So for this I have to sacrifice light on me. I think I should remain in the darkness.
And with all these experimentations, you are keeping your film below 2 hours. Any reason for that? What do you think about a modern audience?
No, in fact, I am known for lengthy narrative stories. Like if you take Anjade, 3 hours.
Yeah, from that you have come down.
It was very, very lengthy. No, it was my part. I was not complete at the time. I was a fledgling director, and I wanted to have all my scenes to be there in the movie. Actually, very, very greedy at the time. Now I feel. I think I should shorten my version, and I should tighten the script. The length is also a very important part of place, because people get restless after some time. Yeah. Being in a tropical country, our bladders are getting filled immediately. So I have to consider that. And moreover, the brevity is the most important part of any good storytelling. So with the shortened length is actually I am going into the brevity.
So what next, MYSSKIN?
No idea, sir. I'm totally blank. I'm enjoying this nakedness. I think I will come out with something sincere. That's what the point actually. Whatever I do, I should do with utmost sincerity. I think it will connect to people. And I'm not a god. See, I cannot expect all my movies will be a hit actually. So I'll try my best to work hard.
Will you continue making movies with new people, or
I will be continuously.
will you be running after the stars?
No, it won't happen again because I'm 7 movies old. I've never done that actually.
No.
So I don't need to do that actually. I don't need to do that actually. If my script requires a stronger shoulder, then I will ask for a hero actually.
Yeah.
Otherwise, then I will go actually. Then I will go with new people actually.
So all the best. It's been great pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. I'm very delighted and it's my pleasure talking.
Thank you, sir.
Hi IndiaGlitz viewers, I'm very happy to hear Sreedhar Pillai is going to host a show called Red Carpet by Sreedhar Pillai. I know Sreedhar Pillai very intimately. He's a good friend, a great critic, and who is a lover of movies. I'm very grateful to him for the tweet he made after seeing Monai Aathuti. That one tweet made the movie big. I'm looking forward to see this program and I'm very honored that I'm doing that. I'm the first host of that program. Thank you so much for Sreedhar Pillai and IndiaGlitz. Thank you.